Hi, Russ Curran, and today I want to talk to you about a subject I've been dying to get on video, and it's all to do with the subject of milk, okay? And I got to be careful because I could go way too long on this one. I want to keep it very short. Milk is, for lack of a better word, the biggest scam pulled over on the American population that there ever has been. The dairy industry is a very, very powerful industry. You can tell because you see their ads on TV and in magazines and newspaper everywhere, every day. They've infiltrated the school systems, they are very big into politics, and they've got a lot of money. Okay, so the reason why I say that, I'm going to explain to you how dangerous milk really is for your health. Because a lot of people think, well, Russ, come on. I mean, we've been drinking milk since, I'm 46 years old, when I was a kid, and our parents and our grandparents, right? Starting way back on the farm with cows, and before it started being pasteurized, homogenized, and put in grocery stores. And that is actually the healthiest form of milk to drink, right from a cow, raw milk, the best way to go if you're going to drink it. However, I still wouldn't recommend that, and I'm going to explain why. Here's what milk does to you. Number one, it's pasteurized. Okay, pasteurized milk like this particular brand or any kind of brand you see in a grocery store, and it will tell you it's right here, right on the bottom. You can see that ultra pasteurized, and that's even worse actually than pasteurized when it's ultra, because what pasteurization is the heating up process. Okay, so it heats it up to 180 degrees or higher. Ultra is probably in the 200s, and it basically destroys every living enzyme in the milk. You know, anything that's pasteurized, it destroys anything that's living in there. And the reason why they do it is to give milk a longer shelf life in the grocery stores, so they can leave it up on the shelf and make more money. That's what it's all about. Longer shelf life. They can leave the product up there. It doesn't have to be sold in a day or two like raw milk used to be, or delivered in a day or two and refrigerated as quickly as it could be. Pasteurization, that's why they do it. Unfortunately, it kills everything in it, and you end up consuming a dead product with no nutritional value whatsoever. Okay, let's get to homogenization. Okay, and that's on here too. That's back in the ingredients, and it says right here, ultra pasteurized and homogenized at plant, stamped on top. Okay, you'll find it. It used to be bigger, right in print, right on the front, but I think because the public awareness is growing on what homogenization is, they took it off the front and put it in little fine print over here, so you can't. It's not readily available to see. So what is homogenization? Basically, it's like it's a process they use. Machines use it, and it's pressure per square inch of the milk processing itself. So what they do with milk is they typically pressurize it down to 400, I think it's pounds per square inch, which reduce the fat molecules or globules, if you will, inside the milk, and they get them so minute in this product, in the liquid product. Here's what happens with homogenization, that the proteins bypass your gut in terms of being digested, and they're actually absorbed into your bloodstream readily and immediately. They go directly into your bloodstream. Now, okay, Russ, why is that a problem? It sounds like bypassing digestion is a good thing. It's not. Number one, because the body was designed perfectly by God, and it's designed to break down most of the proteins we eat, and it absorbs into the body what we need to function on a daily basis, assuming we're eating quality protein, right? So when you get more protein than you need, and we consume so much more than we actually need today, and that's a subject for another day, what happens is you get an overload of protein into your bloodstream. So what does this do? Well, that's where cholesterol comes in, and what it starts to do is scar your arterial walls or your arteries. That's still, it's the body's natural process to protect you. It starts to build up layers of cholesterol on the scarring of those arteries to protect it and heal it. Well, when it builds up and creates that scar tissue, that doesn't go away unless you consume an all-plant diet. It will flush through and help clean out your arteries, and there's some other treatments you could do, but most people aren't familiar with that, aren't aware of that, aren't willing to do it. So what starts to happen? Your cholesterol builds up, including your bad cholesterol, because you just have too much being produced in your body from the scarring in your arteries going on, okay? So you got that going on. And then number two, it starts to reduce the passageway of the vein itself, the arterial walls, and it makes it harder for the heart to work to pump blood through the arteries, through your veins, okay? Because it's used to be like this, and now it's closed up because that cholesterol is building and building and building in there, right? So what does that do? Starts to create heart disease, heart attacks, and it starts to increase and elevate blood pressure, which leads you to the doctor, get you on medications, surgeries, all kinds of useless stuff, all because you're drinking milk. Now the other thing milk does is it creates mucus, and mucus is a foundation for cancer and for fungus, which is a big reason cancer exists. It's also, milk is a big reason why a lot of kids through childhood get earaches because of the mucus buildup, the inflammation, and it all starts right here in the ears, in equilibrium and earaches. Milk is just a nasty product, and I know we all grew up with Nestle Toll House cookies and you know, warm out of the oven with a nice glass of milk, myself included. But when you really peel back the onion and do your research and understand the dairy industry and what this is all about and what it leads to, milk is rocket fuel for cancer, okay, and a whole host of other ailments and diseases. But it's important to understand what it does because of the hormones in a cow's milk, and then the hormones that are injected in the milk and processing and injected in the cows that deliver the milk. You've got so many hormones going in the human body that our body wasn't designed for that. Our body has all the hormones it needs that are produced naturally with just the way we live, okay? So I hope that starts to frame up for you. Oh, and by the way, there's no other species on the planet that consumes another species' milk except for us as humans. I mean, even like cows and calves, when they're weaning on their mother and consuming the milk just like a little baby on their mother and feeding with breast milk, which is totally natural and the right thing to do, that calf doesn't continue to drink milk when they're done weaning off their mother, okay? There's a reason for that. That's it. They've been given what they need to help build their immune system, and they're done with lactoferrins and all kinds of wonderful properties that come from, you know, their mother's milk. It's not meant to be put in a package and sold in a store. Okay, so hopefully you start to understand that. I'm going to provide some documentation below this video that will help you understand the proof behind this scientifically. Okay, so what are some healthy alternatives? God, I really love my milk. What am I going to do? Oh no. Oh my God, there's so many alternatives for you guys. Coconut milk, love coconut milk. So healthy for you, produced with organic coconut milk. And a few other things that are good for you. It's got low in fat, but it's only the good fats. Virtually no carbohydrates, no sugar, and a gram of protein. It's the perfect alternative to milk, okay, coconut milk. Organic almond milk, made with organic almonds. What a concept, right? Totally beneficial with omegas in this and just what almonds do for you. Great alternative. Others, hemp milk, rice milk, oat milk. There's so many other alternatives to milk that are so good for you that will replace that, and I think taste so much better because you're getting the real thing. So a lot to consider when it comes to milk. But if you want to, and my personal testimony, I grew up drinking milk. I didn't drink a ton of it because I didn't like it. There was always something about it that I just didn't want to consume a ton of it. But I did put it in cereal, okay, to get it soft and consume the cereal. I did have it with Nestle Toll House cookies out of the oven that my mother made and all that kind of stuff. And the problem is when Starbucks introduced the latte with steamed milk for me it was late 80s, early 90s, I got addicted to that until I learned and researched and became educated on health and wellness. I got off that, but what it created for me was a chronic sinusitis condition. Sinusitis, because of the mucus buildup and the pressure, led to 3 sinus surgeries and years of antibiotics, which created candida in my gut that I finally got removed from intravenous hydrogen peroxide treatments that made my lungs like new, wiped out the candida in my gut, and then over the course of a few years started to repopulate the good probiotics in my gut to help balance out my immune system and get my health back. And since then I haven't had a bout of sinusitis. I really, if ever, get a cold now. I may get sniffles, but with the antioxidant products that I take, I'm pretty much a healthy guy year-round, and very rarely am I shut down because of a cold. And it's all because I got off of milk and it did some other important things in my life as well. So hopefully that helps you guys, and by all means, if you have any questions, reach out to me, comment below the video, ask a question, give me a call. My contact information is always available below the videos, and as always, cheers to your health.